Grassley just dropped a bombshell on Senate floor. He leaked Comey's worst secret. The Senate Legal Counsel is now preparing subpoenas for two senior FBI officials that the Justice Department is blocking committee members from interviewing. There has been a year of evidence of corruption this year. CNN just reported last week that the Justice Department was preventing individuals from showing up before the Senate Judiciary Committee to answer questions about firing James Comey. It cited Robert Mueller's investigation. Grassley has been joined by California Senator Dianne Feinstein to repeatedly ask for two senior FBI officials, Carl Gaddis and James Rybick, to sit down for an interview on the Comey firing as part of the committee's probe. We've got subpoenas at the Senate Counsel office, Grassley told CNN Wednesday, referring to the Senate official that would draft the subpoenas. When we get done there, I'm going to have to consult with Senator Feinstein. Share this everywhere. Right now, James Comey is a criminal and perjured himself. This has to get out now. The media is not covering this at all. It seems crooked Comey made up his mind on Hillary months before. Well, we know that. Let's just take a quick listen. We can skip ahead if you like. I'll let it play out.
Separate from my regular opening statement, I need to talk about a serious threat to this committee's oversight authority and do it just briefly. The need for Congress to have access to information in the executive branch is inherent in the Constitution. The Supreme Court has said so clearly and repeatedly. Executive branch agencies cannot limit our legislative power of inquiry merely by entering into non-disclosure agreements with one another. But that's exactly what the FBI has tried to do. Yesterday, I sent a pair of letters to the Office of Special Counsel and the FBI about the most recent example. Non-disclosure agreements are essentially gag orders, plain and simple. They thwart transparency, accountability, and seek to obstruct congressional oversight. The Office of Special Counsel, OSC for short, is a permanent independent watchdog agency, not a temporary prosecutor appointed by the Justice Department like Mr. Mueller. Following complaints from Congress, the Office of Special Counsel opened an investigation of former Director Comey. By law, one of the Office of Special Counsel's jobs is to enforce the Hatch Act. The Hatch Act makes it illegal for government officials to engage in political activity. So the Office of Special Counsel began trying to gather evidence to find out whether Comey had a political motive for his actions. But there was one problem. The FBI refused to cooperate voluntarily. OSC could have engaged in a long legal battle to force the FBI to turn over the information. But the FBI was apparently less concerned about OSC than they're concerned about Congress's oversight opportunities and responsibilities. The FBI demanded that OSC promise not to give any of the information to Congress. A gag order, that was the price of quick and easy access to the information by that agency. So OSC took the deal. But the documents and interview transcripts are vital to this committee's oversight of the FBI. We managed to obtain two heavily redacted witness interviews. They show that Mr. Comey had made up his mind and started drafting his controversial announcements months before the Clinton investigation was over. But we were not consulted or even informed of the FBI's insistence that OSC agreed to a gag order until after the fact. According to OSC, the FBI has never asked for such a gag order before. Neither has any other agency. Why now? Why was the FBI so focused on keeping Congress in the dark? Why is it so afraid of shining the light of day on the controversial decisions Mr. Comey made in the months before he was fired. This isn't the first time the FBI has tried this trick. It also reportedly made all the agents working on the Clinton investigation agreement agree to a special gag orders. But the executive branch cannot avoid constitutional oversight by assigning agreements. This committee has oversight authority over the Department of Justice and the FBI. If there's any whiff of inappropriate partisan or political influence in these institutions under any administration or any party, this committee has a duty to get to the bottom of it. That is exactly what we will do. I expect full, complete, and timely answers to my letters. This committee needs to see the full witness interview and all the documents, including drafts and internal FBI memos about Comey's decision to make that controversial statement last summer, and I will do everything in my power to make sure that we do. Do you have anything you want to say on that subject? Because you can have whatever time you want.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, and I'm in agreement with the general thrust of your statement. I have found that it should also apply with the sharing of intelligence with this committee, and I have sent a letter to Senator Burr. As a member of the Intelligence Committee, I have been privy to certain pieces of intelligence, as would Senator Cornyn be privy to that. It seemed to me that when I saw it, it was relevant to this committee's oversight, and yet this committee cannot receive it. So I have sent a letter which documents our rules, and hopefully the Intelligence Committee will be responsive, and that matters that involve our oversight, which, as we've discussed in the investigation, there's clear oversight of the Justice Department, and therefore matters of obstruction of justice are within the jurisdiction of this committee. And so hopefully we will be able to obtain that. I just haven't had a chance to tell you that, but
notice that she said hopefully, and that she was privy to certain information that Grassley was not. You wonder who's behind this, right? Just take a guess. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And again, thank you so much for watching.